Hey guys, it's Evan with Evan K Exotics, and today I got something a little different than normal. I've got my baby chickens and I'm moving them into their grow-out brooder, so I thought I'd just show this setup. One thing that you guys might not realize is that I used to be pretty big into chickens, and actually that's where my YouTube channel started. And so if you go back, you'll see a lot of stuff about meat chickens and birds and me building my coop and things like that. So I thought I'd show you these, and I'm just going to put them in here and just kind of talk to you about my brooder setup. But anyways, it's pretty exciting. Let me just get these guys out of here. And I have not actually had egg chicks in I think 4 years that I've had, because I hatched some in the coop about 3 years ago, and then I don't know if you can see me here. Let me see where we are. Got a little better shot of them. You can see a little better look at them. But so these are 1 to 2 week old birds. I got them from Andrew at Not Farms of Augusta, Maine. And what I did, I started them in a little tote brooder, a 50-gallon plastic tote brooder in the basement because it was warmer. And I got these birds a little bit last minute, and it was just easier to get set up, and it's a little hedge against the cold because we're still below freezing at nights here. But birds are messy and dusty and smelly, and I just don't like to keep them in my living spaces. I've always tried to get those dusty cobwebs all around my basement, and actually I think also my reptiles could smell them upstairs, and they're getting a little sharky and trying to bite me. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited to move them out. But here we go. These are straight run chicks, meaning that they are males and females. And these are a bunch of different bred for quality, boutique produced animals. And so one thing I would tell you guys is that just like there are really serious reptile people that are really passionate about their projects, they're really serious chicken people and animal people of all types. And Andrew's just a wonderful breeder out of Augusta, Not Farms. And these are bred for quality and breed standard. I think it's called standard of perfection. I think this is a rooster. That one just feels like a rooster to me. Anyways, this is the first time I've actually gotten like pretty quality birds. I've always gotten like them from the farm store, which is basically just mass-produced hatchery chicks. There's nothing wrong with them, but that's kind of the equivalent of buying a snake at pet or something. So I just decided to get some more low quality stock in here. But there's 15 of them. And this is a 4x8 brooder, 2 foot tall. It's completely enclosed with mesh, which is actually my favorite way to do it because I'm always worried about predators. And one thing I will tell you is that baby chicks are messy and they grow fast, and they can, the more space you can give them, the better. And so I'm pretty happy to get these messy little buggers out of that little tote and give them all this space. And as they get warmer, or as they grow, I'm going to get settled in. I'm going to move these feeders out and kind of spread the poop around. And the other couple things you need to know about this. First of all, you have to have heat. They have to be up. They start out at 95 F. They have to get a hot spot. The first week it goes down 5 degrees every week from then. So they should be getting up to 90 to 95 now, which I know that I can produce here. But I'm having to burn quite a bit of power. The power bill this month is going to make me cry because it's 500 watt burn right here. My wife's got a ceiling thing going on, and all my reptiles. So it's going to be $400 to $600 a month for power. But other than that, you need to have the heat. I will tell you, you need to be very careful about heat. You see how I have this rack here? This is to catch to do 2 things. Keep the birds from knocking the lamp and knocking it over, but also these bulbs, they're heavy enough that they break and they fall into the kindling, they will catch on fire. So this screen is both to keep the bird from knocking it, as well as to catch the bulb if it breaks. They come with these little wire basket guards, and you need to at least use that, but I think that's substandard. The other thing I will tell you is that I secure my power cables with clamps so that you don't have any chance of knocking them over. Knocking them over or something like that is what's going to very likely get them to create a fire. But here we go. Let's kind of spread these birds out. One thing you'll see is like birds are kind of a little jackasses sometimes, and so I think we already have a little bit of drama in here. That one has got a little blue mark on it. Had I marked it so I can tell what it is. It's got a little cut on it, but the other ones are picking on it. So what I might do, I'm going to come back and watch this carefully. What I might do, if they are picking on them, is I might put ceramic heat emitters in there and cut all the lights for at least like 90 days so that they have limited time to pick on each other. But hopefully this space will actually reduce the conflict. But other than that, the only thing I like to tell you is I always try to brood on chicken nipples. I think they're cleaner. And I don't know if you guys see that that one's already starting to learn what it is. And that's just something that I prefer. I think it's more hygienic. I do use those gravity waters sometimes, but overall I prefer the nipple waters. And what I'll do is, these have been on the gravity waters for about a week, and just to make sure they figured it out, what I will do is I will put a gravity water in here tomorrow. And if they all act desperate for water, I'll know that they didn't figure it out, but they will figure it out. I'm almost sure of it. I've brooded about 500 birds on nipple waters and only lost less than 10 total of those 500 birds. So that's that. Other than that, I always feed them medicated crumbles to start with, especially egg hens. There's just such a long period between when they'll eat the medicated crumbles and when they'll start laying that I don't think there's any reason not to. But I'm just a big proponent of starting on medicated crumbles and avoiding any problems with the scrubs, because these birds are so fragile that it's just easy to lose one. If you catch it, if you have a number of them, it just becomes out of control. So I always do medicated feed. But hope that makes sense to you. This is my medium-sized brooder. I'm going to hold them in here until they're about 12 weeks old to integrate them with my other flock. And that's both so they're big enough that they don't get attacked, and also because it's sort of a 90-day quarantine period. And in that time, what I'm doing in that coop is I'm cleaning it up. I'm going to give it a big clean out right before I put these birds in here. I'll do my annual spray down with permethrin to knock down any beasties. I will treat those birds with just a prophylactic course of wormers, and a couple of them have a little bit of vent bleed going on. So I will treat those all with yeast infection ointment and just get them all as clean as possible. So when I put my birds together, I have a really clean, healthy flock. So that's just that. Hope it makes sense to you. Take care. Bye-bye.